Okay, and we are back. Sorry about that slight audio issue. Not actually sure what happened, but so I was distracted there. We've got Monte Taylor, who did get in there on the first down. Let us know in the comment section if we are back with our audio and you can't hear us. We do apologize for that. So that's going to set up a first down for the Rapids. Jordan Jones in. We're going to have 4 wide receiver set. Thanks, guys, in the comment section. Like I said, apologize for that. So Rob Graves in the backfield with Jordan Jones at quarterback. As I said, 4 wide receivers, 2 to each side of the ball. Emmett's going to come, Emmett's going to come in motion, and they're going to bobble the snap. Rob is going to jump on it, though.
Brought down at the 45-yard line. 2nd and 12.
All right, so back in here. 2nd down. Rapids bringing motion across. Jordan's going to drop back here. He's going to look. He's got a man open. Oh, and it's caught at the 25-yard line.
First down, Rapids.
Number 84, Darwin Filey on the catch. A big touchdown last week for the Rapids. And while I have a second, Darwin wanted to shout out his 2 sons, Drew and Trey, and his dad, Darwin Filey Sr. So that'll be first down for the Rapids. Monte Taylor in at running back with Jordan Jones in at quarterback. Rapids staying with the 4 wide receivers. I'm going to hand it off to Monte. Monte's going to cut it on the outside. Oh, and he's going to get hit there. For about gain of yards. Shook off the tackle there. And Monte, an electric game last week, Drew. Over 170 yards rushing and 2 touchdowns. Looking to back that up with another big one here today.
Absolutely. As he said in our interview, it runs through him. He believes he is the massive piece in this offense that gets them going. And so this is going to be another game where he's going to try to prove himself as the main workhorse in that backfield.
Absolutely. He says it, trust in 2. And the Rapids are definitely doing that this season. So he'll check out for a second. Rob Graves will check back in here on 2nd and 5. Oh, and we're going to have a flag. Looks like, we're going to have a false start. As I keep rolling on our Father's Day shout-outs. Bama Hurry, a proud father of Raven, Malachi, Malaysia, Kalante, and Caden. Oh, Shalala and Kyrie. Big happy Father's Day shout-out there. Oh, and his pops, Ray Terrence. I'm going to make sure I get it on my dads of my dads today, too. So it'll be 2nd and 9 here for the Rapids. Rob stays in at running back. Jordan's going to drop back. And he's going to look. Ooh, and he had a man. Didn't get quite out of the route corner. Had him locked up there. But Rapids, I like that we're opening the playbook today. There's definitely more passing attempts coming early on than we've seen in any game so far this season.
Absolutely. And there's more variety in the passing game here. There's more just decision-making by the quarterback, being able to read everything. So it's going to take some adjusting, I'm sure, but I'm sure they've gone in and practiced. They've known what the 1st, 2nd, 3rd reads are, and I think as the game goes on, he'll get more comfortable playing against this kind of defense.
So it'll be 3rd and 10 here for the Rapids. 3 wide receivers down at the bottom of your screen, 1 up top. Rob Graves in the backfield. He's going to hand it off to Rob. Rob's going to push through the tackles. And Rob's going to pick up a gain of about 4, and that's going to bring up about 3rd and 6. And it looks like we're going to bring on Bobby Rhodes Jr. for a field goal attempt.
A little bit different from last week. They did go for it first drive last week. They are deciding to go with Bobby this week. Bobby has said his declared range is on the 37-yard marker. So well within his range. I think this is one where just kind of get the tempo going, get some points on the board.
Absolutely. You had a turnover. You got a couple first downs. You moved the ball forward, put points on the board, force this Cobras offense to come down and score on you. So, ball is down. Ball is, and it's going to be blocked. It's going to be blocked. There'll be no recovery there. Guys jumped on it right away, but that'll flip the field around. Cobras will take over the ball there with 5 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Still 0-0.
Not a great start to both their drives here. A 3-and-out and now a blocked field goal. Again, your defense is very, very good, but to win games like this, your offense has to get the ball in the end zone and get some points here, because this Cobras team is going to go until the very last second, as we saw in week 1.
Absolutely. So a bit of a miscue there. I mean, I got to give, although our offensive line coach, Eric Martinier, is kind of asking the official there. I think they wanted a potentially an offsides. But they pushed through the line there, and they got through. It was a good play on the block there. So Rapids defense comes in for their second sequence, as well as the Cobras offense. Cobras got 4 wide receivers, 1 running back in the backfield, showing motion. Quarterback's going to drop back quick. Look to make a quick throw on that. Got away, then threw it out to the flat. And the Cobras are going to pick up a first down there out to about the 40-yard line.
It's a completed pass for an 11-yard gain to the 40-yard line. First down, Cobras.
So Cobras will set up here after a first down. The 40-yard line. Quarterback stepping up to the line of the scrimmage, changing the play. And he's going to drop back, and he's going to be pressured, and he's going to throw it up, and it's going to be picked off and intercepted by number 9, Mike Marshall, and that is almost the same identical play that we saw last week. He turned around and got his hand to the ball. This week, both hands to the ball and an interception.
Absolutely. Again, I know we keep talking about this offense and getting them on point, but I think your defense is giving them every opportunity now. It is another interception, another turnover, and another great field position start for this Rapids offense. And now they got to turn it into points.
Absolutely, 100% need to turn this into points. I mean, you cannot ask for turnovers from your defense, but at this point, it really doesn't matter. The Rapids defense is going to give them to you anyways. So, flip the field again. Rapids will take over at the 40-yard line. Jordan Jones back in at quarterback. Monte Taylor in at running back. Looks like Boom Lumbus in at your fullback.
Good to see him back going full go now this week.
Absolutely. And while I have a second, Jordan Jones, happy Father's Day to his sons, or from his sons, Azari, Zixon, and Shiloh. And his father figure, Mark Ramsey Sr. So happy Father's Day all around there.
Hey, from someone who doesn't really can't do names well, you killed that one.
Hey, listen, I'm trying here. I didn't have time to practice all of these names like I normally do. Rapids will flip that out. Nick Stateman's going to take that around the corner. He's going to turn it, and he's going to break a couple tackles, and he'll get tackled at about almost the 30-yard line, but we'll assess the flag on the play. Didn't quite see the call yet. Yep, looks like we're going to have a hold on the Rapids. And while we did see Boom in there, I want to give a big happy Father's Day shout out for Boom as well, to Boom Jr., Bailey, Baby J, and Isabella. And Boom wanted to give a big shout out to his father as well. Boom's father, he talked about it with me. He said his father has been locked up since he was 12 years old, but has really set a foundation for him to be who the person that Boom has become and the father has become. So he wanted to wish his dad a big happy Father's Day. He said his dad would be watching. All right, so Rapids offense in here, 1st and 20 at the 50-yard line. Still 2 minutes, 40 seconds left in the first. Still 0-0. So Jordan's going to drop back here. Oh, and he's got a man, and he's going to look for Darwin. Oh, and it's picked off. It's going to be picked off at the 15-yard line. He had Darwin, kind of led him a little bit too far into the safety, and the safety got his hands on the ball.
Yeah, both offenses now really, really struggling with keeping the turnovers to a minimum and being able to move the football. Give credit to both defenses. They're starting really hot, start on with their hair on fire, absolutely just torching these offenses so far. But someone's going to have to score some points here.
Yeah, absolutely. So we'll flip that field again.
We'd like to thank Tiki Underground, one of our proud gold sponsors this season, located on Front Street.
And while I have a second, I want to give a shout out to Tiki Underground. Located on Front Street in Cuyahoga Falls, Tiki Underground brings a fun and unique atmosphere to our community with island-inspired vibes, tropical cocktails, and delicious small bite plates. Visit Tiki Underground for a taste of paradise. No passport required. So, Cobras will take over at the 15-yard line, 1st and 10. 2 minutes, 34 seconds left in the first quarter. Still 0-0, Cobras and Rapids. Cobras will come out, one running back in, showing some motion. 3 wide receivers to the bottom of your screen. Going to hand it off up the middle, and he's going to be tackled for a loss of 1 there. And not only does the defense continue to play well, Drew, but that middle defensive line is still dang near impossible to run on.
Absolutely. We saw every week, even when they played the Ravens, that it was very, very hard for any team to really run through that middle of that defensive line, and for good reason. We got some big boys in there plugging up, stopping gaps, and that's exactly what you need from those guys. You don't need them to be super big, running after everybody. You just need them to sit there, make sure no one can get through that defensive line.
That's Big Sterling. That's Dustin Dye. That's Rocky. That's Jordan, Q. There's a whole list of guys on that defensive line. Cobras will throw it out here on the flat on 2nd and 10. And it's going to be a nice tackle out of bounds there by Mike Marshall. But the Cobras will pick up a first down at the 30-yard line there. 1 minute, 50 seconds left here in the first quarter. Still 0-0 here on the Strawbro Sports Show YouTube page. Your home for Cuyahoga Falls Rapids football. We thank everybody for checking in with us on this beautiful Father's Day weekend. If you are not a subscriber, please click subscribe on the Strawbro Sports Show YouTube page. Your one-stop shop for everything Strawbro Sports Show.
First down, Cobras.
And a big shout out to Rave Pizza and Wings with us in the comment section as well. Drew, I picked me up the Meaty and the Supreme last weekend, as I told everyone on the broadcast. Amazing. Cobras will take over 1st and 10. Going to throw it out to the flat there on 1st down. Wide receiver cut it back in the middle where he's met by multiple Rapid players. Where he'll be tackled there.
And as from week 1, Cobra's really looking for that short passing game, getting guys in motion, getting guys on screens, on quick little slant routes. And so it seems like, listen, it almost worked in week 1. I think that they want to continue to work on that, because I think that as the weeks go on, they're just going to get better and better.
Absolutely. Cobras set up here on 2nd and 9 at the 32-yard line. 46 seconds ticking away here left in the first quarter. And Cobras are going to force a Rapids jump. Well, I have a second, and we're on defense. A false start. I apologize. I jinxed us. Giving us penalties that aren't ours. Sham Wright, proud father of Kalani, Kaisley, Cassidy, SJ, and Kiana. Happy Father's Day over there to Sham. So, that'll bring up 2nd and 14. About 30 seconds left here in the first quarter. Still 0-0. Cobra's going to hand it off. Oh, and the running back is going to be hit hard and brought in the backfield. Whew. And Drew, I'm trying to catch the number from up here because I want to give all the credit in the world there. Wearing number 25. I'm not sure who is wearing number 25 today, but man, what a hit. We could hear that up here in the booth. So that'll bring it to the end of the first quarter here at Akron, University of Akron, Infoshision Stadium, Summa Healthcare Field. Cuyahoga Falls Rapids 0, Cleveland Cobras 0. And while I do have a second, I want to give a shout out to Rave Pizza and Wings, proud gold level sponsor and official pizza of the Rapids. Known for their seriously good pizza and big juicy wings, Rave is the go-to spot for game due cravings. We appreciate their support of Rapids football, because great football deserves great pizza. So, Drew, as we get set for the second quarter to start, some start installing by the Rapids offense. However, one of the things that has plagued us to begin games has been giving up the points, and that is something right now that they did not do in the first quarter, which has been key.
I think you're absolutely right. And we saw that in our first 2 games of the season, where this team would go down 14, 20 points, whatever it may be, and then they started to come back. Unfortunately, we're still getting the offensive production as we saw in the first 2 weeks, but the defensive production is really, really ramped up. That also is a big benefactor of playing at home. You're at your home stadium. If you're home fans, you kind of get a little more amped up. You want to defend your turf. So while the offense is struggling a little bit, it definitely helps that the defense is keeping them in this game.
And struggling is, relative. It is a 0-0 ball game, so it's a tight one, as it was in the first week. So Cobras will take over here, 2nd and 20. I'm sorry, 3rd down. Scoreboard threw me off. And it's going to be thrown over the middle. Wide receiver is going to try to break for a first down, and he will, but he fumbled the football. And the Rapids are going to dive on that football. And Drew, in 1/4 and 5 seconds, 3 turnovers for this Rapids defense. A big hit there. Number 5, like I said, we don't have a lot of the names for our swap numbers today, but number 5 in on the big hit and fumble there.
Yeah, it just seemed like he was looking to try to make that turn before he secured the football. Maybe was thinking a little too much, and as soon as he got hit, that ball absolutely popped out, and great job for our defense rushing over, grabbing onto the football, and now a 3-and-out, a blocked field goal, and an interception for this offense.
And Drew,
what can we do here to turn it around?
Absolutely, and there's just something about that wearing that number 5 jersey on defense that just brings it out on the turnover machine, and it's just one of the best numbers ever. Yeah, I love you there, bro. I can't tell you what motion he's giving me here in the booth, but Rapids offense will take over here at the 43-yard line. Jordan Jones in at quarterback, Emmett Calhoun in at running back, Boom in at fullback. Or I should say that extra blocker. Neat statement coming in motion. Jordan's going to fake that. He's going to hand it out to Emmett. Emmett's going to cut it around the numbers. Oh, Emmett will break off the tackle, but Emmett will fumble himself. And it looks like, yes. Yep, and it looks like the Cobras are going to jump on that football. And, Drew, these two teams are just bouncing this ball back and forth to each other right now.
Something maybe in the air today. I don't know. Maybe it's Father's Day. They're feeling a little bit more reminiscent of throwing the ball back and forth with their fathers, because every single time we see these offenses go on, we have a fumble, we have interceptions. It is absolutely mind-boggling how this first game has started.
So now the Cobras offense will take back over. Cobras offense will take over at the 48-yard line. Cobras will throw 3 wide receivers at the top of your screen. 1 to the bottom. Quarterback coming to the line of scrimmage. Changing a play. And while I have a second after this play runs, quarterback's going to throw it out. And the wide receiver will be tackled behind the line of scrimmage there. I'm going to bring in Rico McGee of the Rulers Minute. Rico, the defenses, lights out, and especially for the Rapids, but the offense is kind of struggling to get the momentum continuing from last week.
You know what? It's one of them things where I think that the Rapids will probably figure out some things in the second half. If I'm the Rapids, I would spread this. Man, listen, their DBs can't do nothing with their wideouts, in my personal opinion. Not trying to, but definitely spread this and take what the defense gives you. You don't have to go for the home run shot.
But there's definitely been opportunities in the passing game.
Yes, definitely.
Cobras will take over here. Or not take over here, but Cobras will set up for second down. Thank you, Rico McGee. I appreciate you stepping in. We will definitely talk to Rico more throughout the broadcast. Cobras here on 2nd and 10. And we have a whistle. Not exactly sure what was going on there. All the players and both coaching staff seem to be confused, so I'm not going to be mad at us for being confused. So Cobras will take it. Quarterback is going to keep it himself. Looks like a bit of miscommunication because the running back went the opposite way on the fake handoff there. Pick up a gain of about 2. It's going to bring up 3rd and 8 for your Rapids. And honestly, Drew, the Rapids haven't had to force many third downs because they've been getting off the field before they can get to a third down right now.
Absolutely, and I'm curious to see here what their third down defense looks like, because this Cobras team, very quick passing, very kind of just getting the ball out of the quarterback's hands. So are you just going to play for the pass here, or are you going to make sure you keep an eye on that quarterback on this big third down?
Absolutely. Cobras will come out. 4 wide receivers. 3 to the bottom, 1 to the top. 1 running back in the backfield. Quarterback checking out of the play at the line of scrimmage. We can hear that from up here. And he's going to drop back here on third down. He's going to be pressured. He's going to move away from the pressure. He's going to look down the field. He's going to throw it back across the middle, and it is going to be picked off again, and he's going to move it out to past the 50, and he's going to hang on to that football. Good job there, and that is going to be picked off.
Intercepted by the Rapids.
Number 10, Bama Hurry on the interception. So after a big Father's Day shout out there, Bama with the big interception. And once again, this Rapids defense giving this Rapids offense an opportunity.
Absolutely. Hey, listen, this quarterback committed one of the cardinal sins of a quarterback, and that is throwing across your body in the middle of the field. You never want to do that, and this Rapids defense made him pay by doing that.
And you saw it. He was fading out to the line there. He was looking for a guy downfield, And we talk about it, and on our side, avoid the mistake. Avoid the big mistake there. And like you said, yes, throwing across your body through the middle of the field, a recipe for disaster, and Bama cooked him up one there. So, 10:41 here in the second quarter. Rapids offense will take over. Ball at the 45-yard line. Still 0-0. And I like this. I like the confidence in the coaching staff here. After the fumble, Jordan Jones obviously back in the quarterback, but Emmett Calhoun back in your backfield. I know Emmett wants to make up for that, so we'll see what the Rapids got here on first down. Sean Smith Jr. coming in motion. Going to fake it out. He's going to throw it out to Emmett in the flat. Emmett's going to cut it back, and he's going to get tackled, but he's going to make a couple guys miss before he's tackled out of bounds.
With how these teams are holding on the football, anytime a player gets stood up and tries to make a little bit more effort for more yards, I always get nervous about that ball coming out.
And you know what? It's humid. I'm sweating up here in the booth. It is definitely humid on the field. Ball a little moist. A little hard to hang on to today.
We're losing half our viewership just for you using that word.
I know. So, 10-17 here in the second quarter. Second down for your Rapids. Still 0-0. Jordan's going to he's going to hand that out. He's going to hand off to Monte. Monte's going to break it up the middle, make many men miss, and pick up a big first down there. Monte Taylor, just every time he touches the ball, man, it is hard to bring him down. And before you can bring him down, he's through the middle of the field.
Absolutely. He has amazing ability to just get to that second, third level almost immediately. And all those guys that are trying to tackle him, all they can get on is a hand to the shoulder. And the arm tackling is not taking him down whatsoever. So a great run. And now this offense starts moving.
Absolutely. So first down for the Rapids. Ball at the 35-yard line. Rob Graves in at running back. 4 wide receivers, 2 to each side of the ball. Rapids offense looking to take advantage of those turnovers. Jordan's going to fake the handoff. He's going to drop back. He's going to get away from the pressure, and he's going to throw it over the middle, and he's going to be picked off at about the 10-yard line. He's going to reverse field before he's tripped up with a nice tackle there by Darwin Filey. Way to turn into a DB there and make sure that he didn't get away from him. But, Drew, yes, this offense continuing to struggle right now.
I think there is, one, a little bit of misfortune on both sides, but 2, I think a little bit of trying too much to start out hot. I think that when it comes to stuff like this, you got to just take it a little bit at a time. It seems like both quarterbacks are trying to force it into pockets that they're not there's no room to put it in. These running backs are fumbling the football because they're trying to get that extra yardage. I think both need to just calm down, get the yardage that's given to you, and try to just move the field slowly but surely. And I think both teams are having that problem with trying to do too much.
It's pretty much lights out there for me, bro. I 100% agree with you. And it was a tough throw. Jordan was moving out of the pocket. He was pressured. I know that's probably what Nate and Savon Gibbs are going to tell him, throw that one away. So Rapids defense back in here. Cobras offense in at the 10-yard line, 1st and 10. 8:50 left in the second quarter. Still 0-0. Cobras changing the play. And it looks like they also have a change in at quarterback. Cobras showing 4 wide receivers, 2 to each side of the ball, 1 running back in the backfield. Quarterback's going to take it, and he's going to throw it quickly out. And Drew on a quick slant there. If they're going to pick up a first down.
No, that was very, very good. Making the mismatch, making the defender choose where to go, and then just throwing it to the other guy. Absolutely great play call there, and a quick first down for this Cobras.
Absolutely. Clock moving here. 8:30 left in the half. Still 0-0. Cobras pick up a first down, so it'll be 1st and 10. Ball at the 23-yard line, 24-yard line. Both teams switching up. Cobras switching up calls and the Rapids defense. Quarterback's going to drop back. He's going to look for that quick throw again. He had a wide receiver open, but then also almost threw it to 2 Rapids DBs there.
Another example of a little too much there. He did have him for a split second, but that hole closed almost immediately. Still tried to make the throw, and almost another turnover for this Rapids defense.
Absolutely. Already 4 on the day. Two interceptions, 2 fumbles on the day. And a fumble and 2 interceptions on the other side, too. So, plenty of turnovers. Ball moving back and forth. So, 7:30 left in the half. 2nd and 10 for the Cobras. Ball at the 24-yard line. Cobras coming out with that 4 wide receivers, 2 to each side of the ball. Quarterback's going to take it out himself. He's going to scramble out to the outside, and he's going to get out for a gain of a couple. So that's going to bring up 3rd down here for the Rapids. Rapids defense looking to force them off the field. Clock ticking underway. Just under 7 minutes here left in the half. Still locked in at a close one, 0-0.
And if I'm the Rapids, I am looking for another rollout for this Cobras team. That's really the only thing that's been really successful for them is either quick throws or getting their quarterback to roll out of the pocket.
I agree with you there. Rapids looking to get off here. 3rd down. Going to get off the field. 3 wide receivers to the bottom, 1 up top. Cobras going to drop back to pass. Quarterback's moving out, and he's going to throw it. Oh, and he had his wide receiver or running back out in the flat there and just couldn't dump it off to him.
It's 4th down.
And go ahead, give yourself the credit on that one, bro.
I will say Rapids a little bit lucky there. The pass was overthrown, but good pressure, making him roll out of the pocket and just could not complete the throw. So Rapids getting the ball back.
Absolutely. And while I have a second, I want to shout out CC Realty Property Management Services. Whether you're buying, selling, or investing, CC Realty provides trusted local real estate expertise. Thanks to CC Realty for helping build strong communities both on and off the field. And I want to keep those Father's Day shout-outs rolling. Josh Davis wanted to shout out his father, Jason Cornell. And I want to shout out Jay Leathers, his children, Kamora, Journey, Cashmere, and he wanted to shout out his dad, Rodney. All right, so Rapids will be getting the ball back here. Oh, and they almost got to that punt. And it's going to be returned out to about the 50-yard line, and that's where your Rapids offense will take over. And Drew, while I continuing on these Father's Day shout-outs, I want to give a big one here. This is one of my favorites. Brandon's my guy. Brandon Fleming, he wants to give a big shout to his kids, all 5 of them. So the bigger shout-out goes to his wife, Samantha. But Rayleigh, Elena, Zayden, Landon, and Legend. So happy Father's Day over there to Brandon. And one more on the way. So Rapids offense will take over here. Six minutes, 9 seconds left here in the second quarter. Rapids take over 1st and 10. Jordan's going to take it. He's going to hand it off to Monte. Monte's going to cut it outside, cut it back in, and he'll be wrapped up there for about a gain of 1. One of the first times Monte's been stopped for a short gain like that. Usually, not just Monte, but this offensive line gets good pushes, so I know they'll like to continue that here. So, 5:40 ticking away here in the second quarter. 2nd down and 10. Jordan in, flanked by Rob Graves and Monte Taylor. Going to take it. He's going to nope, he's going to keep it himself. Fake the handoff, keep it himself, and push it out for about a gain of 5. It's going to bring up 3rd and manageable.
Looks like they are moving towards more of a methodical approach here. Not passes starting on this one, getting more quick yardage here. I like the call here. Looks like this Cobras team is waiting for you to throw it on them right now, kind of having a lot of DBs out there playing back. So getting those yardage to get a more manageable 3rd down, I think I like a little bit more.
Absolutely, I agree with you that. It's going to bring up 3rd and 5. Ball at the 45-yard line. 4:48 here left in the second. 0-0. He's going to take it. He's going to hand it off to Rob. Rob's going to break it up the middle, and Rob's going to push it out for a 1st down there. Rapids will keep the ball and the clock moving. I want to give a shout-out to Mark Hale, too. Happy Father's Day. His son, Messiah, who also just celebrated a birthday not too long ago. James Cooney wanted to give a special Father's Day shout-out to his dad, Jeff, and his grandfather out in Oregon who watches our games. Shout-out all the way out in Oregon. So, 1st down here for the Rapids. Ball at the 39-yard line. 4 minutes left in the half. Still 0-0. Rapids bringing some motion. And he's going to hand it off to Neek. Neek's going to break it out to the try to break it out to the outside. He's going to be wrapped up there at the line of scrimmage.
Number 5, Anthony Spooney on the carry.
I think both that defense now is starting to creep in towards the middle a little bit. Had some room, obviously, a good tackle, but I think this would be a good time for maybe a shot on the outside of the sticks here.
Yeah, I like that. They were being methodical. Yeah, I would have no problem with a shot there. I think, well, I'm not saying I think, but I know Coach Gibbs and Coach Nate Hose are cooking up something there. 2nd down and 10 for the Rapids. Give also a Father's Day shout out to Dallas Huckel. Dallas' son Dexter. I don't think Dexter's a year old yet, so a first Father's Day there for Dallas. Rob's going to he's going to hand it off to Monte. Monte's going to break it up the middle for about a gain of 4. So it's going to bring up 3rd and 6 here for the Rapids. 2 minutes, 50 seconds left in the half. And what is important for the Rapids here, not just to get yards and push the ball, but make sure that you're not allowing the Cobras with enough time to drive down themselves.
I think you're right there. However, with the defense that the Rapids have, it's going to be very tough to get down the field in such a quick manner anyways. So at least here, I think your biggest thing here is get points.
Absolutely. So 3rd and 7, 2:20 left here in the half. Monte Taylor, Emmett Calhoun in the backfield. First time that combination's been in today. Jordan's going to take it himself. He's going to cut it up the middle. And Jordan's going to push himself and push the pile up for a big 1st down.
That was
That'll bring us to the 2-minute warning.
That was a very, very big call there. Putting it in the hands of your quarterback, making him make a play there. Great, great call. Now, first and down, you're just outside of the red zone here. You got less than 2 minutes to go. Here's where you start spreading out this Cobras defense.
Absolutely. The whole playbook is at your disposal at this point. So we will see what gets cooked up. Happy Father's Day from one of our players, Cody Horning. He wanted to give a Father's Day shout out to his dad, Doug. Darshan, happy Father's Day as well. Jameer, his baby boy. And Sean Smith Jr., wide receiver. Happy Father's Day. His daughters, Emery and Sage. And Brandon Backins. Happy Father's Day from his daughter, Leilani. So, 2 minutes left here and a quick-moving first half. Honestly, even with all the turnovers, and it has been quick moving here. Rapids will have a first down, ball at the 27-yard line. So as we said, first down. 2 minutes left in a 0-0 ball game. Rapids looking to be the first one to put some points on the board. Monte in with Emmett Calhoun in the backfield. And Emmett's going to get that ball. Emmett's going to cut it up the middle and cut it back. And Emmett is going to make more than a couple guys miss. And he's going to pick up a gain of about 8 and a good run there.
Yeah, but I will say he could have had more. There was a little bit of a lane on his right side, decided to cut left back into pressure, but still a very good run, setting himself up for a very manageable second down here with about 1:30 to go.
Absolutely, and a great job by Emmett to hang on to the ball there as well. So, it's going to bring up second and short here for the Rapids. 1:20 ticking away here in the half. Jordan's going to take it. He's going to hand it off to Monte. Monte's going to cut it. Monte's going to get wrapped up, but he's going to break away from many tackles, but still finally get wrapped up. But it looks like he's going to pick up a first down. Clock moving here with about a minute left here in the half. And we're going to have a timeout. Timeout by the Rapids. A good timeout there.
Timeout on the play.
And yeah, they are going to move the chains. So Rapids are going to have a first down at the 15-yard line. And while I have a second, I want to give a big shout out to Shaw Auto Care, one of our gold level sponsors and trusted name in keeping vehicles running smoothly. Whether it's routine maintenance or major repairs, Shaw Auto Care delivers honest, reliable service. And just like the Rapids, they're always ready to go the extra mile. Give a big shout out to Shaw Auto Care because they had an accident actually this week. A car drove through one of their pumps. Thankfully, nobody was hurt and there was no fire. But yeah, I passed by that. That was surprising to see.
Yeah, I think obviously, thankfully that everyone is okay, but it is a little bit of ironic that you can drive into that, walk out of your car, and go, "Hey, can you fix that?
Hey, can you fix this hole I just made in my car?" All right, so Rapids will take over here. 1st and 10, ball at the 15-yard line. Rob Graves, Emmett Calhoun joining Jordan Jones in the backfield. Oh, and we're going to have... Yep, looks like we're going to have a penalty. We're going to have a false start on the Rapids.
False start.
Not a great penalty there. Moving yourself out to outside of the red zone here with less than a minute left. Now, honestly, in my opinion, this is a passing scenario here. You need to get some chunk yardage. Give yourself some time to potentially have a negative play or two in a minute.
All right, Jordan's going to hand it off to Rob. Rob's going to try to push it up to the middle and try to push him along. Not many yards there. Rapids are going to let the clock run here with 50 seconds left in the half. It's going to bring up a third down. And I've got to believe with that play call right there, I don't want to say 4-down territory because the way they believe in Bobby Rose, but I know this offense wants to try to put points on the board here. So Jordan's going to take it. He's going to throw it out, and he's going to find number 10. He's going to push it out, and he's going to get out of bounds. Nice little job to get out of bounds there with 18 seconds left.
That is a very, very good play call there. Got out of bounds. You have 18 seconds left. You have now time for one play of third down now to kind of potentially get yourself into goal territory. But if not, now you have a timeout. You can take your time. There's a very, very smart on both ends there.
And it looks like the Cobras will take a timeout there, which I like, and I give credit to coaches when they do that. Clock was already stopped. You're not stopping the clock for the Rapids at all. You're taking a free timeout there, just an extra long stoppage. A smart idea there.
Right, they have the amount of timeouts left. Just get your defense in order. This could be the difference between 0 points, 3 points, and if you didn't call that time, potentially 7 points here.
Absolutely.
So very smart timeout there.
Absolutely. So a crucial down coming up here for the Rapids. As we said, 18 seconds left in the half, still 0-0.
Big thank you to Shaw Auto Care, one of our gold sponsors in a trusted name and keep being.
And while I do have a second, I want to give a shout out to the Ranella Legacy Group. Honored to have them as a gold level sponsor. Specializing in empowering financial freedom, Ranella Legacy Group has individuals and families plan for their future with confidence. We want to acknowledge the late Lenora Ranella, whose passion and connection brought us together. She was the spark behind the collaboration, and her warmth and generosity will never be forgotten. This season, we play in her honor and grateful for the legacy that she left behind. So, 18 seconds left in the half, 3rd and 8. Ball at the 12-yard line. Rapids looking to punch it in here. Rob Graves, Emmett Calhoun in the backfield. Jordan Jones in at quarterback. Jordan's going to take it. He's going to fake the handoff. Look over the middle, and he throws it in, and it's going to be caught for a touchdown.
Touchdown, Rapids!
And that touchdown was caught by number 18, Nick Nickens, first year out of Orange High School. Sorry, we were trying to figure out the number. They're very, very hard to see from 9 stories up, all the exact numbers there. But a big touchdown. Bobby Rose Jr. in on the extra point, and that is up and good. And the Rapids, with 2 seconds left in the half, break the deficit and get on the board. And Drew, we talked about the slow starts, and what the Rapids have been able to do this first half is, regardless of what was happening, weather the storm. The defense held firm as they have since the beginning of the preseason, and now this offense has really started to roll.
Absolutely. I think now you learn what the defense is throwing at you. You understand how you want to attack this defense. You got a great score with amazing time control. We had 5 minutes left when they started this possession. Now, with 2 seconds left, they're kicking the ball off. You have a lead. You have a defense that has not let up any points in the past.
And not just not let up any points, has been giving you the ball back, too.
Yes. So, obviously, we're going to go into half here, most likely with a squib kick here. But regardless, a very, very, very good half from this defense.
Yes.
And a lot to be positive about for this offense going into half.
Yes, because during both week 1 and week 2, we went into the locker room with deficits. Now, 14-0 in week 1 against the Cobras, and it was 20-14 against Youngstown. But now we're going to turn this around. We're going to go into the locker room with a lead, and now, no commentator jinx here, but with the way the second half has been for this Rapids offense, we could be in store for a big one as the half continues. So after an offsides on the kickoff, personal foul, we'll move the kickoff up to the 50. Bobby Rose Jr. is going to look to put this through the uprights. And he's going to kick that away. Cobras are going to return that at the 1. He's going to bring it out past the 20, going to cut it up to the middle. He's going to spin away from a defender and get away out up to the 30, where he'll then be tackled, and that will do it for the first half. And Drew, after one half of football, Cuyahoga Falls Rapids 7, Cleveland Cobras nothing. Drew, quickly before we step away, any last thoughts on the first half?
Yeah, I think that was a very good defensive half for both teams. I think both offenses started off a little slow, tried to force things, but the key was who was going to make the adjustment first. And it looks like, at least for now, the Rapids are going to be the ones making the adjustments, staying ahead of this Cobras defense and making sure that they don't get surprised by any looks. Now, obviously, there's going to be some looks in the second half that are going to be a little different, but some positive signs going in the locker room for the Rapids.
Absolutely. The current is flowing, and the Rapids will hope that it continues. So that'll do it for us here in the first half on the Strawbro Sports Show YouTube page. We are going to step away here for a second. We will leave the broadcast up. You guys can hang out in the comment section, and we will be right back on the Strawbro Sports Show. Right, and we're back here for the second half, Strawboro Sports Show YouTube page, here at the University of Akron Infocision Stadium, Summa Healthcare Field, as your Rapids are up 7-0 right now over the Cobras. Cobras will get set to receive the second half kickoff, and Bobby Rose Jr. will kick that away. Ball will be returned. Oh, ball's going to bounce. Ball's going to be returned at about the 20. Turner's going to break it out to the other side of the field where he'll be tackled down at about the 33-yard line, and that is where the Cobras will take over. So, as we get started here with the second half, I want to bring in, once again, our third member of the media team, host of the Ruler's Minute, Rico McGee. Rico, a stop and start for the first half, but when it counted, 2 minutes left in the half, drove down the field, got 7 points. Thoughts on how the offense and the defense for the Rapids can continue in the second half?
Well, the defense just got to keep doing what they're doing, getting pressure on that quarterback, forcing the quarterback into making bad throws, making bad decisions. The secondary is just playing lights out. 4 interceptions in the first half. As far as offense is concerned, I think it's going to be won in the trenches. That offensive line has to continue to push that D-line back, force them down the field, get them tired as the game wears on, and that's where the Rapids are at their strongest moments.
All right, so we are at the 33-yard line, 1st and 10 on the first drive here.
Thank you, Rico McGee, for that. So, Cobras will take over 1st and 10. Thank you. Oh, and it looks like, yep, we're going to have a penalty on the first play here.
Delay of game.
Delay a game. All right, so as we get this second half underway. Be 1st and 15 here for the Cobras, as they are going to look to try to get some offensive momentum themselves. And for your Rapids defense, look to just continue the same game plan from the first half. Rapids showing some pressure. Quarterback's going to drop back. Oh, he's going to overthrow his receiver here. And, Drew, I have noticed, so they've switched quarterbacks here, and it seems like this quarterback who's come in very quick to want to get rid of the ball as quick as possible.
Yeah, and I think, honestly, I think that's what they really want. The first quarterback did do that, but it was a little slow on kind of getting it out of his hands. This one really, really quick, able to do that. And I think that's what they want to do, at least in the passing game, because it seems to, at least for some spurts in the first half, work for this Cobras offense.
Absolutely. As your Rapids defense gets settled in here. 2nd and 15. Quarterback's going to take it. He's going to keep it himself, try to cut it back, where he's going to be tackled hard. Clock ticking away. 14:35 here in the third quarter. Rapids up 7-0 here on the Strawboro Sports Show YouTube page. We thank you for checking us out here on this Father's Day weekend. A big happy Father's Day to all of our dads. As we've been doing many, many Father's Day shout-outs to all of our players. I think I pretty much got them all in, Drew. So, Father's Day shout-outs all around. Make sure you celebrate your dads, father figures, stepdads, whoever it might be this weekend. So, bro, I know you'll be celebrating me as well. 3rd down here, 3rd and 15. Cobra's going to drop back to pass. He's going to throw it out to his wide receiver, and it'll be incomplete. And Drew, on the first defensive series for the Rapids defense, copy and paste from the first half, 3 and out.
Absolutely. Great defensive stand there, making the Cobras rush the play, rush the throw, 2 incomplete paths, a not great run as they try to go up the middle. And now we get to see if this Rapids offense can continue what they started at the end of that second half or first half.
Absolutely. And one of the biggest reasons that the second halves have been as big for the Rapids as it has is this offensive line. You know, we talk about the defense and how they play, but this offensive line gets push after push after push, and eventually it wears you down. And especially on this level, in the semi-pro, pro advanced level, that can really take a wear on you. So Cobras will kick the ball away. Rapids will get it back at the 30. It's going to be returned out to about the 48-yard line. And Drew, I got an update. So originally, Anthony Spooney was out. However, he is now in the game. He did come in. So that was his play in the first half. So we want to give Spooney some credit there. So Spooney in on that interception. So that is an interception for Bama. That is an interception for Mari. And an interception for Spooney. So Rapids offense will take over here. 12:32 left in the third quarter. As I said, we appreciate you for checking in with us on the Strawbro Sports Show YouTube page. If you're not a subscriber, click subscribe. Strawbro Sports Show YouTube page, your one-stop shop for everything Strawbro Sports Show, your Cuyahoga Falls Rapids games, our interviews, and the Strawbro Sports Show podcast, which will be coming back after the Rapid season.
And we will have a lot to say about this really, really incredible NBA Final Series here soon.
Absolutely. We're going to talk finals. We're going to talk Cleveland Browns draft because everybody wants to talk about Shedeur Sanders. We're going to talk about a lot. We're going to talk politics. No, I'm joking. Okay. So we've got a timeout for the Rapids. Going to take an early one here in the first half. Going to talk it over. Want to give a shout out to this coaching staff too. Obviously, because we talk a lot of the players, but we got to talk about our coaching staff. Head coach Nate Hose, who is also a father. Happy Father's Day to him. His daughter Adeline. Defensive coordinator Jordan Patterson. Offensive coordinator Savon Gibbs. Defensive line coach Austin Mobley. DB coach Nick Wallace. I forgot about Nick last week, and he let me know about it, so I apologize. Big shout-out to Nick, and a happy Father's Day there. James Long, our linebackers coach, and obviously Eric Martinier, our offensive line coach. My condolences and our well wishes from up in the broadcast booth down to Coach Eric, who suffered a loss this week. So our love and our thoughts and our prayers are with him and his family this week as well. Okay, so Rapids will take over here. First down. Ball at the 48-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10. Jordan Jones in. Monte and Rob in his running back position. Emmett's going to come across in motion. And Jordan's going to throw it out to Emmett. Emmett's going to take it out to the numbers, and Emmett's going to cut it up the field and leap over a man for a big first down gain there. And Emmett Calhoun getting the offense rolling here in the second half.
Absolutely, and a great run. And listen, this is where you need to start taking control of the game. You had a sort of a up and down first half, a little bit of turnovers, but you got the touchdown. And with your defense continuing to just absolutely put any start to the offense at an end, this is where you need to start building on this lead.
Absolutely. First down here at the 40 for the Rapids. Ref's going to blow the whistle there. It looks like Cobras coaching staff having an issue over there, having a discussion with the referee. I also want to give Coach Eric a big happy Father's Day shout out too, and his girls Layla, Liberty, Sierra, and his boys Trey, Eric, and Cam. Okay, so after the quick whistle there, we're back in 1st and 10, ball at the 40. Jordan's going to hand it off to Monte. Monte's going to get hit in the backfield for turnaround and reverse field, cut it back outside to the numbers, and he'll be finally wrapped up. And a gain of 1, but Monte should have been taken back multiple yards in the backfield, spun out of that, and was able to turn it around into something positive. And it does look like Monte's a bit shaken up on that play.
Yes, but listen, a very, very good run. Noticed that the hole that he had seen wasn't there anymore, able to reverse fields with his speed and get some positive yards there instead of getting hit backwards.
Absolutely. So, coming here, 2nd and 4. 10:45 left in the third quarter. So Jordan's going to hand that off. And he's going to jump ahead. That does look like
Third down.
James Cooney in on the carry there. Our former Cobras player, now Rapids guy. I know he was very excited to be involved in this game, excited to play against his former guys. So it's going to bring up a big third down here on your first Rapids offensive possession in the second half.
I know they've been a little hesitant to throw here in this last couple possessions that they've had, but it seems like this would be a good one.
And I got to correct myself, and I did it to poor Damir again. I called him by the wrong name. I couldn't see who was wearing the 10 jersey, but that was Damir on the catch there. I told him I had him this week, and I let him down. So Jordan's going to drop back here on third down. He's going to escape the pocket. He's going to get away from the pressure, and he's going to try to get out and make a man miss, but he'll be tackled there at the 45-yard lines, and the Cobras defense are going to force the Rapids off the field.
Right, listen, a good start to this drive, but just kind of sputtered out. Cobras defense being able to just sit back, cover up all the receivers, not giving Jordan any chance to make a play there. Very good job, and now they got to punt it away.
So Bobby Rhodes Jr. come into punt. And the Rapid special team, I was going to say, they only got 6 guys on the field, so Rapid special team's got to run some guys out there. Clock running down, 8:40 left in the third quarter. 7-0, Rapids up over the Cobras. Bobby Rhodes. And Bobby's going to, and it was a broken play there. Ball is fumbled. Players scrambling for the football. Yep, and it looks like the Cobras are going to pick that up. And Drew, I'm not sure exactly what happened there. I don't know if it was a call or know if it was just kind of a broken play. But unfortunately, Bobby wasn't able to get rid of it. And the Cobras are going to take over the ball there on the 30-yard line.
Yeah, regardless of what it was, that is pretty devastating in a one-score game. You're giving your opponent a very, very short field. Not sure if it was planned or not for a fake or anything of that nature. But regardless, now you're putting your defense in a tough position.
Absolutely. And as you see, the coaches are going to kind of huddle there and kind of have a conversation. Not happy with the special teams there. They kind of continue to plague the Rapids as being the only facet of the side of the ball that hasn't really, really locked in. So first down for the Cobras. They're going to take a shot down the field, and it's going to be very, very well defended there.
Incomplete pass on the play. Second down.
I do believe that is Mari Mitchell on the coverage there, showing you the seat belt celebration there. Locked in, and it looks like we are going to have a Cobras player down, Cobras wide receiver. Be helped up by his training staff there. So we take a pause. Give a happy birthday shout out to linebacker Doak Walker and his kids, Doak Walker III and Ezra. Taylor Dryden as well, his daughter Remington. I got to introduce myself to her during halftime. I was able to see him and his mom. Happy Father's Day there for Taylor. So it'll be second down here for the Cobras. Quarterback changing up the play. Quarterback's going to drop back to pass, going to throw it out to his running back in the flat, and he's going to be incomplete there. It's going to bring up third down here for the Cobras.
Interesting play calls here for the Cobras. Obviously, there's a rule where taking a shot after a turnover is very good, but it seems that this Cobras offense just hasn't figured out a way to just break down this defense. And they did in the first half a little bit. They had the quick throws. They had the quarterback running out of the pocket. Now with this quarterback, it really doesn't seem like they have an answer, at least offensively so far.
Absolutely. And I also wanted to mention Taylor and Kyle wanted me to shout out their dad, Jeff Dryden. Happy Father's Day there. So, third down here for the Cobras. Rapids defense looking to get off the field. Oh, and it's going to be a fumble snap. Running back will take it up, and he's going to try to bounce it out to the outside. He's going to stiff arm, but he's going to be pushed out of bounds. Sees with a big push out of bounds there. And that's going to bring up fourth down for the Cobras.
And I wouldn't be surprised if this Cobras team went for it on fourth down, as I'm not sure that their kicker can really make this sort of distance.
Not sure what the kicker's range. Also down 7, and you are right, Drew. They are going to keep the offense on the field. Rapids defense ready for that. So it's going to be fourth and 10. Oh, I apologize. 4th and 5. So, 4th and 5, 6:15 left in the third. Rapids defense looking to force the Cobras off the field. Cobras looking to tie up the ball game. See what Jordan and his defense has dialed up on fourth down. Quarterback stepping up to the line of scrimmage, changing the play.
Great discipline by this Rapids defense, not jumping on the hard count.
This quarterback loves the hard count. He's going to send his running back in motion. 5 wide receivers for the Cobras. Quarterback's going to drop back. He's going to look over the middle, and it's going to be slapped down and incomplete.
Incomplete pass. Turnover on downs. Rapids ball.
And it's going to be a turnover on downs. Rapids will take over. Did not see the number on the deflection, but a great defensive play there. But once again, and we didn't get a number there, but it almost doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who is called upon from this defense. When they are, everyone is making a play.
Absolutely. We will get yelled at regardless of not knowing the number or not being able to see the number, I should say. But you're absolutely right. Every single player on this team is capable of making a play, especially on this defense, and you can see it right there.
All right, so your Rapids offense will take over. Ball at the 25-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10. Monte back in the game at running back. Rapids showing some motion. Jordan's going to take it. He's going to pitch it off to Monte. Monte's going to break some tackles, and he's got nothing but green grass in front of him, and he pointed to the sideline as he's taking it to the house, and he's going to get it out of bounds at the 15-yard line.
Monte Taylor with the huge game for a first.
And Drew, Monte was literally pointing at the sidelines as he was running down for a huge gain there.
And we talked about this right at the beginning of the game. Monte takes great pride in being the workhorse of this team, and it shows it right there. He's telling everyone this is what he does, and it took until the third quarter, but it happened.
Absolutely. And now, not exactly sure here. Oh, we're going to get a sideline warning. No penalty there, but a sideline warning. This Rapids sideline absolutely fired up. You had guys coming over and mock taking pictures of Monte on the sideline there. So just a little warning, a little too excited, but that's okay. So, Rapids in here, first down. Ball at the 11-yard line. Emmett Calhoun in at running back. Jordan's going to hand it off to Emmett. Emmett's going to cut it back up the middle. Emmett's going to cut it through the line and push in for a touchdown. And Drew, back-to-back plays. The running game for the Rapids is absolutely flowing downstream.
Absolutely. Both running backs getting great pushes from that offensive line. He almost went untouched going in there. Absolutely fantastic. And this is exactly what we were talking about. extending the lead, making sure that this Cobras team wasn't amped enough to get back into this game, taking the wind out of just the entire stadium. This is exactly what they needed to do.
Absolutely. So Bobby Rhodes Jr. in on the extra point attempt. Ball is down, kick is up, and it is no good. Bobby pulled it a little wide there. A good special teams play for the Cobras there to force the wide kick there. So with 5 minutes and 15 seconds left in the third quarter, Rapids take a 13-0 lead over the Cleveland Cobras. And Drew, big plays. It is something that obviously as an offense and as a coach you would love big plays, but you can't always rely on big plays. But this Rapids offense has big plays in them, not just throws, but big runs. A huge run by Monte to set it up, and boom, one play later, Emmett Calhoun with a nice run for a touchdown. And just like that, the Rapids starting to separate themselves like they talked about pregame they wanted to against the Cleveland Cobras.
Absolutely, and this has been their game since the preseason. Establish the run, even if it's not getting you the results you need right away. That is what you do, because inevitably you're going to get these big breaks.
Absolutely. Bobby Rhodes Jr. set to kick away. Ball is back. Ball's going to be returned at the 15-yard line. He's going to break it out to the middle. Break a couple tackles. He gets all the way out to the outside of the numbers. Multiple flags on the play. A good tackle there by the Rapids special teams. Some good sportsmanship as well. Looks like we're going to have 2 penalties. Looked like they were pointing towards the Rapids. So we will assess. Looks like we're going to have a holding and a face mask. So we'll see where the ball is spotted. 5 minutes, 2 seconds left here in the third quarter. As we said, 13-0. Rapids up over the Cobras. And I want to give a really big shout out today. We talked about it last week on the broadcast, but we had our Griffin Strong bake sale and basket raffle today. It went absolutely amazing. I really want to give a big shout out to Paula Howard, Schmoopy Sweets and Treats. Paula baked an amazing amount of incredible goodies. Karen as well on our media team. Shout out to her. She was part of the baking. Nick was helping us set up. I want to give a big shout out to my mother who set up the baskets that we were raffling off. We are going to raffle those tickets off here on the broadcast. We will get you those winners here. So Cobras have a first down at the 45-yard line. 5 minutes left in the third quarter. Cobras looking to finally get on the board here. Oh. And we're going to have a penalty. Rapids jumped off sides there. In Drew, I do have our first winner. So, and this is an exciting one. So, the Tito's cooler that we were selling raffle tickets for this morning, and I will take a pause. We'll get that after this play.
Teasing over here.
I know. Cobras here on 1st and 5. Going to hand it off up the middle for no gain. But we had a Tito's cooler with Tito's in it, some sweatshirts, some cool, a bunch of goodies. But the winner of that Tito's cooler, initials CR, that is Dylan Exton's mom. So Rapids wide receiver who's injured right now, Dylan Exton, his mother won the Tito's cooler. So shout out to her. We don't need to let her know. We can just let Dylan know and her know here at the stadium. So that is awesome.
I was going to say we could probably yell down.
Yeah, we might be able to yell, hey. And we thank you and thank everybody for your support this morning. It'll be 2nd and 5 here for the Cobras. Ball at the 50. Going to hand it off up the middle. Once again, stopped for no gain. Number 0, Boom Lumbus in on the tackle. Big Boom laying the booms.
A great sight to see. Absolutely missed with him laying the lumber in the previous weeks. That is what he is here for, stopping running backs in their tracks. And now, after an unfortunate penalty that moved them to the 45 and then an offsides that moved it to a close first down, they haven't moved an inch. It is 3rd and 5.
All right, so 3rd and 5. Rapids defense looking to get off the field once again. Cobras going to drop back to pass. Going to throw it out to his running back in the flat, and he'll be stopped right there, but they will pick up a first down. And Drew, we're going to keep these baskets rolling. So we also had a Starbucks, and it was a Starbucks cup, a Starbucks gift card, and a beautiful gift card and cakes donated by Kind Cakes. The winner of that raffle is Dawn Turk.
I know that name.
Absolutely. Shout out to her. And we'll let this first down play roll before I announce our last basket. 2:46 left here in the 3rd quarter. First down for the Cobras, down 13-0. Gonna drop back to pass. Oh, and he's gonna be hit. He's gonna get away from pressure, and he just threw it away out to his running back, who's gonna get out for a gain of about 5 or 6 yards. And Drew, that was an absolute broken play that the quarterback turned into a gain there.
No, very, very good. Quick on his feet, was able to get the ball out there. And listen, I know that this Cobras team really hasn't had much to put their hat on in terms of offensively, but not too terrible of a drive. A great first down play last try, and now you got a big chunk yardage here. You're moving into enemy territory. I'm curious what the Rapids defense is going to do to change, to kind of clamp down on these little dink and dunks that they're able to get.
Absolutely. I know an adjustment is coming. We will just wait to see what happens. So, 2nd down here. Cobra's going to hand it off up the middle again. Running back's going to get ahead for a couple and gain a first down, but just a couple, and that's probably the most yards that they've gained on a carry up the middle today. Rapids defense very stout. Cobra's going quick here. He's going to throw it out to his wide receiver, who's going to break a couple tackles and push the pile out to about the 15-yard line. A big gain there for the Cobras and a big yard after catch as well.
Looks like they are also going quick again.
Yep, they do not want me to announce the last winner of our liquor basket. That is what the problem is. And actually, I've got some time. The winner of our liquor basket, Sarah Vaughn. Sarah, we will be reaching out to you. Anna has all the phone numbers and all of that, so we'll be reaching out to you. Thank you to all of our winners, and thank you to everyone who donated part of our Griffin Strong Bake Sale. We were able to raise over $500 for Griffin Clayton and his family, so we're just very honored and proud to be a part of that. We're going to have a flag here. Looks like we're going to have delay a game on the Cobras. It's going to back them up. Clock ticking away here. 26 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Rapids defense pinned back, but looking to avoid giving up any points.
Yeah, doing anything to prevent a touchdown here. Because even if you give up 3, you're still up 2 scores, and that's going to be very tough with how this game's been flying by.
Agree with you there, my podcast and my broadcast partner. Cobras are going to hand it off up the middle. Running back's going to break a tackle and stretch the ball out to about the 11-yard line, and the clock will tick away, and that'll do it for the 3rd quarter here. It's going to bring us to the 4th quarter of this ball game, 13-0. Rapids up over the Cobras. Cobras are going to have the ball at about the 9-yard line when we come back. And so I'm just checking through to make sure I did get them all. I want to give another happy Father's Day shout out to Big Dustin Dye and his 3 kids, Kensley, Kaylin, and Paisley. And I think, Drew, I have done it. I have completed all of my Father's Day shout outs. I got through the whole entire list. There was a bunch of them. I'm very proud of that. I worked hard on that. I wanted to give us all our nice Father's Day love. Being a dad is very important to me. It's my number one job in the absolute world. Shout out to my son, Landon. I love you, buddy. Got to run on the field with him, as I said, pregame, as did all of the dads and with their dads. And a big shout out to my fiance as well, wrangling my little man down there. So as we flip fields to begin the fourth quarter, Rapids up 13-0 over the Cobras. Ball's going to be at the 15-yard line. And while I have a second, I also want to give a big shout out to Jacob's Heart, a beautiful charity ran by Nikki and Chris Ellis. They were there as well doing a shoe giveaway during our bake sale. That went great as well. Just an all-around great day for the Rapids community and the Falls community as well. Second down for the Cobras. Ball at the 15-yard line. Quarterback's going to take it. He's going to hand it off to his running back. He's going to try to cut it to the outside, met by multiple Rapids, pick up a gain of about 4. And the one thing I am noticing, not that we can't give this defense enough credit, but the gang tackling multiple players, multiple Rapids defenders to the ball every time there's a Cobras player with it.
Absolutely, and it's absolutely critical now. Being up 2 scores, big third down here, 3rd and 10. Well, sorry, 3rd and 5 on the 10. This is where you need to clamp down, make them either go for it on 4th down or settle for a field goal, because a touchdown puts them right back in this game and puts pressure on your offense.
Absolutely, and a shout out to Chris Ellis in the comment section from Jacob's Heart. Can't wait to sit down with Nikki for an interview once we get out of this Rapid season. That'll be a great one. Great person to talk to there. Cobras have a 3rd down here. Oop, Rapids are going to jump. Yep, and make contact there. So that'll be an easy one for the Cobras. While I have a second, I want to give a shout out to eXp Realty, Brian Garra Homes, a gold level sponsor of the Rapids this season. Brian brings one-of-a-kind mix of marketing with years of real estate experience and genuine passion for helping clients reach their goals. Whether it's finding the perfect home or building lasting relationships, Brian's mission is about making an impact, not just making a sale. We're proud to have him supporting the Rapids in all our impactful missions this season. So it's going to bring up a 3rd and short for the Cobras. Ball at the 6-yard line. The 7-yard line. Correct myself there. Rapids defense looking to hold strong here. Keep the Cobras off the board. Cobras showing some power. They're going to hand it off to the fullback. Fullback's going to try to break it out, and he's going to break a couple tackles, get out to about the 4-yard line, but we are going to have a penalty. Flag on the play.
From where it's at, it seems it's in the area of a hold, but we're going to wait to see the call here.
Yep, as they back the yardage up, it's going to be a hold on the Cobras. So they back them up for a long 3rd down.
That is a back-breaking penalty there. You absolutely had the 1st down to set up 1st and goal to get yourself some potential points in this, and now you're pushing yourself back to, if you don't get any yards on this, a field goal situation. I don't think you want to go for it on 4th down on this.
Absolutely, and you give this ball-hawking Rapids defense an opportunity to pin their ears back and look for that play. So, just under 13 minutes left in the 4th quarter. Ball at the 18-yard line. Cobras will have a 3rd down and long. 3 wide receivers, 2 to the top of your screen, 1 to the bottom. 1 running back in with the quarterback. Darshawn showing some pressure. He's going to drop back in. Quarterback's going to drop back. He's going to look over in the seam, and he's going to find a wide receiver just at the 9-yard line.
Ball is gone at the 9-yard line. 4th down.
And it's going to be 4th down here. Good coverage there by Mari, not letting the wide receiver get away from him there.
I will say that was definitely a play indicative of 4-down territory here. As you can see with the Cobras players staying on the field, they will be going for it on 4th down. And I think they kind of have to here. I don't think that they can settle for a field goal with how well, one, the Cobras defense has been playing, but two, how well the Cobras offense has been able to hold on to the ball and tick time down.
Absolutely. 4-down territory. So it'll be 4th and 4. Cobras need a first down to stay on the field here. Yep, and we're going to have a flag on the play, and it's going to be a delay of game on the Cobras. And Drew, just before they could even try to get close enough.
I am not sure what's going on here. They did call a delay game. I did see the sign, but it is possible that it was not running, so maybe that might be the reason as to why here. So
Maybe
still
the clock issue.
Still 4th and 3 here.
So, Rapids defense looking to make another big play here. Being called upon again. Cobras running the hard snap. Rapids not falling for it, and he's going to throw it over the middle, and it's going to be a great defensive play by number 3, Sham Wright, to get in there and break that up and stop the Cobras from being able to get a first down or potentially 6 points.
Every single defensive back we have said has made an absolute monster impact on this game, from interceptions to fumble recoveries to pass deflections to stopping 4th down tries. Absolutely amazing show out from this defense, and continues, and now you give it back to your offense to potentially either score or take so much time off the clock.
Absolutely, and multiple members of this defense, from Bama to Sham to Mari to Spooney. It doesn't matter today. All kinds of guys. C's, boom. The whole defensive line, everybody making plays on this defensive unit. Jordan Jones brings the offense back in. Rob Graves in at running back. 2 wide receivers to the bottom of your screen, 1 up top. We're going to have a whistle here. And it looks like we're going to have a delay of game. So Rapids are backed up here in their own area. Ball at the 4. Jordan's going to take it. He's going to hand it off to Rob. Rob's going to cut it to the outside. Rob's going to break it to the numbers, and Rob Graves is going to break it out to the 25-yard line for a big Rapids first down. And backed up in their area, they called upon Rob, and Rob delivered.
That is huge. Absolutely back-breaking for the Cobras there. They had him backed up, and on the first play, just absolutely ran around him, got him a first down, and now you got room to breathe. Now you can take your offense and do whatever you want with it, and you can run that clock down as we're heading to almost under 10 minutes here.
Absolutely. 10 minutes left in the game. Rapids are going to have a first down at the 25. Rob stays in at running back. Darwin's going to come behind in motion. We're going to pitch it out to Darwin. Darwin's going to cut it out of the outside. He's going to break 1 tackle and get down out of bounds for a gain of about 4. Clock ticking away. 9:45 left in the game. And Drew, while I have a second, I want to shout out to more of our sponsors. HR Kyle, offering HR solutions, career coaching, leadership, training, and more. Sebring Trophy and Award, proudly owned by the Doolin family and have been in business since 1972. A big shout out to Rico Sports Cards. Cuyahoga Falls Amateur Baseball Association as well, and Rise and Shine, local and historic to Cuyahoga Falls. Rise and Shine is here to serve you all-day breakfast, a lunch menu, and some fantastic bar options. Shout out to our guys. Morgan Hill, he was there earlier this morning. Oh, and so we check back in here. Emmett Calhoun in at running back on second down. Rapids taking a lot of time off the clock very smartly. And they're going to pitch it outside again. Try to on that wide receiver pitch again, and that one's going to be stopped in the backfield. While I have a second. Give a big happy Father's Day shout out to Coach Nate's dad, who was in the comment section with us there. Rob, happy Father's Day. And as we did mention, happy Father's Day to Coach Nate. Happy Father's Day to all of our dads. It was awesome to see us all down there with our kids earlier pregame. All right, Rapids here on third down. Going to hand it off to Emmett. Emmett's going to cut it up the middle. He's going to make a couple guys miss, and he's going to try to stretch that football out. And Drew, he is very close to picking up a first down there. Ref is going to call fourth down, but he was very, very close.
And now you got a big decision here. You were under 8 minutes left. You are close. You can pretty much milk another 2 minutes off the clock if you get this first down here. And it looks like they are going to go for it here. Not a surprise here, Ken.
No, with the way this Rapids defense has responded, I like the aggressive call here from Coach Nate and Coach Gibbs. Oh, and the offensive line definitely pumped up. They know they need to get the push here. 1 yard, not even a full yard needed here on fourth down. And we're going to have a timeout by the Rapids. Coach Nate wants to talk it over real quick. A very important fourth down here. Not necessarily game sealing, but an absolute opportunity to really, really ice this game away if they pick up a first down.
Absolutely. You're at about 7:30 to go here. You get a first down. You pretty much got 2 minutes out of the way there. You're up 2 scores here. Your defense is making their offense basically earn every single yard they can. So this would be massive if they can get this here and pretty much put it so this game, now I wouldn't say out of reach, but would take an effort from the Cobras we haven't seen from them all game.
Absolutely, I agree with you there. And this is a testament to how the defense has been playing. If the defense was giving up big chunks of yards, allowing the Cobras to move down the field, you're absolutely going to punt this ball away. But multiple turnovers by this Rapids defense. I don't want to call a number because off the top of my head I don't remember and I'll get it wrong. But multiple turnovers by this Rapids defense. Full confidence in them. I want my offense to go pick up not even a full yard here, less than half a football. I believe in them. So Jordan in. It's going to be a bit of a tush push here, and they're going to push Jordan, and the offensive line is going to get him a great push, and Jordan is going to pick up plenty for a first down as the clock gets rolling. Just under 7 minutes and 25 seconds left in the fourth quarter, and Drew, now this offense looks to set it in cruise control and drive out the rest of this game.
Absolutely here. I will doubt we will see it pass the rest of the way here, trying to just get it down here, but a great push from that offensive line, and we've seen that all game.
Absolutely. So Rob's in at running back behind Jordan. It'll be first down here for the Rapids. Jordan's going to take it. He's going to fake the handoff. He's going to throw it over, and he's going to find his wide receiver out over the middle for a gain of about 5. And we're going to have a late penalty come in. One of our offensive linemen diving very late on the pile there, and it's going to be a personal foul.
Yeah, not a great there. Stops the clock, pushes you back a little bit. Just a lapse in judgment there. Wasn't sure what he was doing there. Maybe just couldn't stop himself. But, yeah, not a great penalty there for the Rapids as they were pretty much moving whatever they wanted to.
And it looks like we do have a player's Cobra was down, but he's back up. Yeah, and we're going to have another flag. Cobras players were not happy with that. It did seem that the player got injured on the late hit on the penalty there. Multiple Cobras players coming over to defend their guy. Rapids players doing the same. We'll get this separated. So it looks like, from what I'm seeing, it looks like we're going to have offsetting personal fouls because there's going to be one on each team.
We will see, though. I will say one did happen technically during the play,
Yes.
and then what happened after. So I want to know how. I'm unsure how they're going to assess these penalties here. But I have a feeling it is going to end up with the ref is going backwards.
So
Personal foul on the play.
So as they back the Rapids up, and Drew from there, it looks like maybe both penalties assessed to the Rapids. One right there after the play and one much after the play as the coaching staff looks to get an explanation from the referee. So the Rapids will be backed all the way up to their 15-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 22. Not exactly many plays in the playbook for that one.
No, but luckily for them, time and the score is on their side. So
Absolutely. And you know what? With these running backs, you never know.
this is very true.
So Rapids offense will look to take more and more time off the clock here. Emmett Calhoun in at running back. 2 wide receivers to the top of your screen, 1 down to the bottom. Jordan's going to drop back, and he's going to look out to the outside, and he's going to throw it out to his wide receiver. Good coverage there by the Cobras defenders.
Incomplete pass on the play.
Clock stops here at 6:24 left in the game.
Yeah, unsure on that. I know you believe in your defense, but I think you just want to run down the clock as much, especially when, listen, I know the running game isn't typically known for getting more yards in the passing game, but it seems like that is the case.
Okay, so Rapids here on 3rd down, 3rd and long. Cobra showing some pressure. Jordan's going to drop back. He's got a free man coming at him, and he's going to get set. He's going to throw it away. A great job by Jordan. Oh wait, it looks like Jordan did a good job to throw that away. Bit of confusion there. We'll see. No, and the referee is going to say that Jordan fumbled the football. I'm at a loss here, Drew, because I can't for the life of me explain how on that play the referee saw that should be the Cobras football.
No, I don't think that either of those should be called. I think either you call it as a sack because you blow the whistle early, or you call it as an incomplete pass because he threw the ball forward. There was no drop of the ball. I don't know how you could call it a fumble when he clearly had his arm moving forward and didn't drop the ball whatsoever. So I'm very confused here.
Absolutely. And I know as a broadcast team, we're supposed to be professional and unbiased, but I'm going to just have to call that as I see it. And that's just a blown call by this officiating crew. I don't know what else to call it other than an absolute blown call, and to use words that'll get us kicked off the broadcast on YouTube, because that is just it's not what's supposed to be here. We're supposed to have a good officiated game. I understand that mistakes can happen, but on something like that where clearly the quarterback was throwing the ball away, and even if you said it was fumbled, I'm not sure how Jordan would be able to throw a fumble 5 yards, but we will see what happens here as the Rapids defense will be pinned back again and have to stop a 1st and goal here. So Cobras offense will take over at the 6-yard line, gift Rapid a turnover, trying to turn it into points. 6 minutes, 9 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Rapids defense will look to be called upon again for a big stop here, asking a lot of this defense on this one. but I know they can absolutely rise to the occasion. Cobras going to drop back. Or no, I'm sorry. They're going to hand it off up the middle for a gain of 1. A big stop there. A good stop by this Rapids defense. Clock going to tick away under 6 minutes left in the fourth quarter. It'll be 2nd and goal. So, ball at the 4-yard line. It'll be 2nd and goal for the Cobras. Clock just ticking away under 5:30 by the time this play starts. Cobra's going to nope, he's going to fake the handoff, and he's going to throw it into the end zone, and the referee is going to call a hold on the Rapids corner. And right now, Drew, it looks like the Rapids are playing against 15.
Pass interference.
So, it's going to bring up 2nd down here. Ball at the 2. Rapids defense showing some pressure. Cobras are going to pitch it out to the outside, and he's going to walk in for a touchdown there. And Drew, after the turnover, Cobras turned that into 6 points.
Yeah, I mean, that was the absolute best shot they had all day, and they finally converted. So we now have a ball game. Obviously, this Rapids team is going to get the ball back, not on 2nd and 30. So they will be able to move the ball. And listen, I know there's 5 minutes left. I know you have the lead, but I think this team still has to go for points. I don't think they can rest on their morals there, especially with now the Cobras are deciding to move the ball a little bit.
And I don't have a great news report to announce, but it looks like the medical team has come down, and Monte Taylor is being stretchered off. He's being taken over to the ambulance. Hopefully, Mari is okay. We're sending our thoughts down there. Banged up. We did not see which play, but hopefully Monte is okay. So Cobra's in on the extra point, and it is good.
Extra point is good.
Oh, and we've got multiple flags. We got pushing and shoving. A great job. I want to give a shout out to Connor, our head of our media, and our de facto GM for keeping the players back on the sidelines. Coach Nate all the way over to the entire Cobras sideline, all the way by the numbers, trying to get his guys back as this is starting to kind of get a little bit bad. A good job, and I'm going to start calling guys out. Demir, Kobe doing a great job of trying to get our guys back to our sideline. And we're going to keep all of this on camera. None of this needs to be seen. As both coaching staff trying to do the best job they can to keep cool heads. Everybody's starting to head back to their sidelines. I want to give a good job by Demir for trying to keep guys back. Connor as well. Head coach Nate Hose, owner Daniel Demand too, out there trying to keep this thing as exactly the way it should be, which is professional. There you go. And the Rapids are going to look to turn this into some positive momentum. Everybody's back on their sidelines. Cooler heads prevail. And I'm going to give a shout out to Coach Nate, because Nate pulled everyone in off the sidelines and is letting everybody know this is not who we are. Let's finish this game out the way we're supposed to. I like that.
Absolutely. I know it can be frustrating. Sometimes calls you think aren't going the right way, and then you start giving the other team momentum, and they start talking to you. But you got 5 minutes. You got the lead.
Yeah.
Let's turn this around, make sure it stops right in its track.
Absolutely. So we'll get that scoreboard updated for you. Sorry, we were kind of making sure everything was okay here. Some after the ball nonsense, which is where it started. It was everything off to the side of the ball that got things kicked off. But we're back here. Referees will assess all of the penalties and throwing outs and all of that. May have a couple players ejected. We're not sure. And the referee giving a stern talking to both head coaches right now. And I'm not going to lie, I feel it's deserved, because that thing could have been settled very quickly and it spilled out. I have to call it how I see it. The entire Cobras bench emptied the sideline, and I mean, with any football team, especially our Rapids, they're going to come to their players' defense, and that's how things kick off and get ugly, unfortunately. But we're back in here. Referees and coaches kind of just discussing the penalties, but both teams ready for kickoff. Well, I got a second. Drew, looking for a fun place to celebrate after the game tonight? Tiki Underground is the perfect post-game getaway. Check them out at www.tikiunderground.com or stop in at person after the game, 1832 Front Street, Cuyahoga Falls, Ohio. And Rave Pizza and Wings. Give them a call, 234-678-0120, to order your next pizza night, or pick up at 1163 East Talmadge Avenue, Akron, Ohio. So, we've got the referee assessing the penalties. Personal foul, and it looks like a disqualification for the Cobras, and a personal foul and a disqualification on the Rapids. Which player for the Cobras was ejected, I am not sure. I do believe one of our offensive linemen was, or I'm sorry, that would have been defensive lineman, was ejected. Not sure on that. And absolutely, I'm going to agree with Sean. If you are hungry, make sure you get some pizza and wings from Rave Pizza and Wings, your official pizza of the Cuyahoga Falls Rapids. So, and the Cobras are going to try an onside kick, but I do not believe that it went 10 yards.
Yes, it bounced off a Cobras player. It did not go 10 yards, so it will be Rapids football because it would probably be illegal touching.
Oh. No.
Back judge said that right here.
The referees discuss. I'm gonna have to be a bit honest. There we go. Bit of a tough day for this officiating crew.
Rapids.
As I'm getting yelled at by my broadcast partner.
I mean, at this point, listen, I'm not one to rag on officials on a broadcast just because we don't know what's being said down there. We don't know what we're seeing. We're obviously seeing it in a different viewpoint than they are, and they probably have a tougher job. But that was very obvious illegal touching, and that was very obvious the Cobras ball. And there's nothing in the rule book that says that allows the other team to reset and kick. So I'm glad they got this one right.
Oh, and now we've got a flag. I'm not exact. I couldn't begin to tell you what. I don't know if these referees have a tea time or the dinner date to get to.
Well, if they had that, they would have been letting things go. It seems that they want this game to continue. Maybe they get paid by the hour. Maybe they just need to hit over
And we did
into 7:30, 8 o'clock for them to actually get paid.
We had a very quick running first half. It slowed down a bit here. So we will reset the scene after a lot of chaos. 4 minutes, 56 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Rapids up 13-7. Going to have the ball at about the 48-yard line with a chance to put this game away. I do know for a fact that regardless of how good this defense has played, I know for a fact head coach Nate Hose would like to see his offense finish the game out here. So, I apologize. I'll reset the distance there with the 15-yard penalty. Rapids are going to take over the ball at the 28-yard line. So, Drew, with just under 5 minutes left to go, Rapids already almost in field goal range. But you now are down a running back with your electric running back, Monte Taylor, out. You're going to have to rely on electric backs, Rob Graves and Emmett Calhoun, to carry the load the rest of the way.
Absolutely, and I know Bobby Rhodes can make these field goals, but a field goal already has been blocked once this game and has had a mixed extra point, so you don't want to have to rely on that, especially in a game close as this.
Absolutely. And we're going to have another flag. Cobras coach arguing with the referee on the sideline is going to pick up another 15 yards. And this is just going to, now, Drew, you are in Bobby Rhodes Jr. field goal range. I do agree with you. As the Rapids staff will do a great job of getting their players out of the way of the Cobras coaching staff, kind of having an argument and a disagreement there with the referees. Not exactly sure what they're confused about, but
I will say we are obviously not happy with the officials as well, but I think at some point, especially for the Cobras, when you need a stop, just letting it go and letting your defense play instead of costing them these yards and making it tougher and tougher for them. I know you want to say your piece, but that's for after the game. That's for your team. Just kind of tell them what's going on. Right now, you are costing your team yards and you are costing them up the potential game on this.
And we've been critical. We've been critical of Rapids players when they pick up the personal fouls. I've got to be a little extra critical when it's a coach picking up that personal foul penalty. Like you said, I understand the frustration, but you at some point have to be the coolest head in the room. You have to be the voice of reason to keep your sideline contained.
Yes, because they're going to follow your lead. If you start yelling at the referee and going on and causing penalties, you are basically saying this is what is allowed on your team. And so at this point, you can tell there's a kind of a difference here where Cleveland Cobras, they're getting all these penalties, and this Rapids coaching staff almost immediately tries to get these players off the field. Yeah. And I think that's the difference here. It is still a close game, but now it is very much seeming like the Cobras are now having to mount even more because of what's happening off the field.
So it looks like, from what I am seeing, that second penalty was taken away. So for all of that, the coach must have made a good enough point. So Rapids will take over, as I said. First down here. Ball at the 28-yard line. Just under 5 minutes left in the game. Only up 13-7. Still a very close game. We're going to hand it off to Emmett. Emmett's going to push it up the middle. And he'll be stopped right there at the line of scrimmage. And good. That's what I like to see. A nice head-on collision by both teams.
happened. They got to restart. You got to replay it.
The referee's letting the clock.
Yeah, but it's still second down. It should be first. Okay, call it.
Jordan's going to hand it off to Rob. Rob's going to cut it out to the numbers, and Rob's going to push ahead. And he was very close. And, yes, they're moving the chains, and it looks like Rob did pick up a first down.
It seems like everyone's off their A game today. Clock did not start for that first down. So it was an untimed down, basically, as the ref didn't restart it. But 3rd and 1, clock's moving. Pick up a first down here. I think you're in pretty good shape.
Absolutely. A big one here. As we said, Jordan in at quarterback. He's got Emmett and Rob in with him. A big 3rd and 1 here. Rapids need a first down here to try to ice this game away. Take off more time off the clock. Jordan's going to take it. He's going to keep it himself, and he will not pick that up. He's going to be stopped for a loss, and that's going to bring up a 4th down for the Rapids.
Ooh, a big time here. Talking down to under 3.5 here. 4th down. You get your first down here. You've got at least down to 1.5. But if you decide to kick the field goal, you are now up 9 points, which is 2 possessions. But, like I said, a missed extra point, a blocked field goal. I like the trust in Bobby, but I'm curious to see how this line will hold up.
Absolutely. We're going to call on the special teams to make a big play here. So with a timeout, 3:26 left in the game. Rapids are going to have a big call here on 4th and 1. Bobby Rhodes Jr. standing out there, so it does look like the field goal attempt will happen. And I like that. Bobby was fired up on the sideline. He walked himself out there, knew the timeout might happen, and kind of just stood out there waiting. All right, so we set the scene here. 4th down. Bobby Rhodes Jr. in. 3 minutes and 26 seconds left. Looking for a big 3 points here. Snap is back. Ball is down. Kick is up, and it is blocked. Cobras are going to return it out of the end zone. Going to look to reverse field where he'll be tackled at about the 20-yard line. And, Drew, you talked about it, as the referees will finally blow the whistle there. And now, a very, very, very important drive now for Coach Jordan Patterson and this Rapids defense. The offense has given you everything that it can right now, put 13 points up on the board, could not come through on the field goal, so they're going to ask this defense to come through for them one more time and make a big play to win this game.
Absolutely. Listen, I think if you're a defensive coordinator, this is what you're telling them. Listen, things have gone wrong all game. You are clearly the better team than the Cobras today. We need you one more time. One more time, one more drive, seal this game away, because they need to go 80 yards. And what are you going to do to stop them?
All right, so we're back here. University of Akron Infocision Stadium, Summa Healthcare Field. 13-7. 3 minutes, 24 seconds left in the 4th quarter. This Rapids defense is going to look to do what they have done all game, pin their ears back, try to create some havoc and create a turnover. If not, at least force this Cobras offense to march all the way down the field and take as much time off the clock as possible. Referee letting some time wind down that wasn't taken off. So clock will stop at 3:11. Ball at the 21-yard line. Cobras offense comes out. 3 wide receivers, 2 to the bottom, 1 up top, one running back in the backfield with the quarterback. And on first down, they're going to hand it off. Running back's going to cut it to the outside and try to get out to the numbers. Will be tackled for a gain of 5. Clock ticking away. Under 3 minutes now.
Second down.
It's going to bring up 2nd down and 4. As the crowd and the Rapid sidelines get fired up, trying to give this defense a little bit of extra life for one more stop. 2:30 left in the game. Cobras looking to drive, Rapids looking to stop them. Snap is back. Going to hand it off. Oh, no, he's going to throw it, and it's going to be bobbled. It's going to be tipped away. Boom, Lumbus on the big deflection there. And that's going to bring up 3rd down for the Cobras.
It's 3rd down.
2 minutes, 20 seconds left in the game.
They knew they had a chance there, seal the game, but great job deflecting the pass, making the quarterback get it out quickly, and now big 3rd down.
So 3rd and 5 here. Ball at the 26. Going to drop back to pass. Cobras back's going to throw it over the middle for a 1st down. Ball at the 40-yard line.
First down on the play.
Cobras are going to snap that, going to throw it out for an incomplete pass. But I do believe the 2-minute warning came before. Nope. Clock stops with 1:56. So 1:56 left in the game. Oh, nope, yep. The referee is going to reset the clock back to 2 minutes. So we've reached the 2-minute warning here in the game. 13-7, and Drew, just like week 1, we've got a nail biter. Cobras and Rapids.
Yes, however, the shoe is on the other foot, as they say, as now it is the Rapids trying to defend their lead. And listen, this is what we've come to expect from the Rapids. I know this Rapids team looked to take control early on, but this Cobra team does not give up easily. And as you can see here, they are looking to come behind and steal this game away. But this Rapids defense is very, very good. And if they can just step up for about 1:55 in game time, this game will be put away.
All right, so Cobras will have a 2nd and 10. $1:55 left in the game. Cobras going to drop back to pass. He's going to look over and he's going to look down there, and he's got a wide receiver, and it's caught at about the 8. They're going to call that the 15-yard line. Clock running, 1:40 left in the game.
25-yard line.
I'm sorry, the 25-yard line. So, clock ticking away. Minute 20 left in the game. Cobras are going to come out for a first down. Ball at the 25-yard line. Clock now ticking. It'll be under a minute when this play comes off. Cobras looking to shock the Rapids in week 3 as the Rapids shocked them in week 1. Rapids defense looking to be the hero right now. Quarterback's going to throw it out to his wide receiver, and it's going to be dropped. Oh, but Andrew, the referees blew the whistle on what was clear to me a backwards pass. But it's going to bring up second down.
Watching the replay here on the broadcast, he is standing on the 30, maybe the 31 when he snaps it. He's definitely the 31.
Nope.
No,
I
he
will
was
correct
definitely
myself.
ahead of himself.
It was a forward pass. It was a good call by this referees. I've been critical of them, so I will give them credit there. That was a good call. Stops the clock with 47 seconds left in the game. It's going to bring up 2nd and 10 from the Cobras. Ball at the 25-yard line. Cobras looking to steal it. Rapids looking to hang on with this defense that has hung on the entire game. Quarterback's going to drop back to pass. And he's going to look into the end zone, and he's got a man, and it's going to be deflected away. A great play in the end zone. Wide receiver had his hands on the ball, and the DB got in there and ripped that ball away, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 10.
An absolute massive play there, stopping a potential touchdown to tie the game. I don't think you can get any more clutch than that.
But they're going to be called on for at least 2 more downs now. 38 seconds left in the game. Cobras are going to have a 3rd and 10 from the 25-yard line. Can this Rapids defense step up and again make another play like they have been? A big play by cornerback Sham Wright over there. .38 seconds, 3rd and 10. Going to drop back to pass. And he's going to be pressured. He's going to throw it out to the running back, and it's going to be incomplete. And that is going to bring up 4th and 10 for the Cobras with 30.
Down. Timeout on the play.
So the Cobras will take a timeout. So, clock will reset. 35 seconds left in the game. Cobras have a 4th and 10. Don't need a touchdown, need a first down to keep the game alive. Cobras have 2 timeouts left, so a first down, they could stop the clock. Rapids seal it with a defensive stop here. A big shout out to Drake Davis-Reed, who's out for the year on the sidelines, pumping his defense up. This crowd is into it. The sideline is into it. Let's see if this Rapids defense can answer the call.
Timeout, Cobras.
And the Cobras will take one of those timeouts. So as I've done many times here in the 4th quarter, Drew, we'll reset the scene. Ball will be at the 25-yard line. Cobras will have a 4th and 10 with 35 seconds left to keep the game alive.
Rapids fans.
So Cobras come out, 4th and 10. 35 seconds left in the game. 2 wide receivers at the top of the screen, 1 at the bottom, 1 running back in the backfield with the quarterback. Going to drop back to pass. Quarterback's going to lose the ball, and he's going to fumble the football on 4th down, and that will do it for the Rapids.
Quarterback is sacked on the play. Penalty now.
We'll check the penalty.
It does seem to be after the play, so I'm not sure. But I think it will stand regardless. I think the Rapids will come away with the football. And now, barring any calamity, and I'm knocking on all the wood in this booth, the Rapids will come away with this victory.
Victory formation for the Rapids. You see how much it means on the sidelines. I don't know if Drew, no, he doesn't, but that's okay. They're loving this, waving goodbye to the Road Cobras fans who thought they were going to come into our house. But the Rapids will line up in victory formation as the referees get the clock set. So 29 seconds left. Cobras do have a timeout left, so they can stop the clock.
At this point, that might be just poor sportsmanship. You just call a timeout on this one.
So Jordan will take that and he'll kneel it down. And yes, that'll do it. And Drew, another very close game, but once again, your Cuyahoga Falls Rapids are victorious over the Cleveland Cobras, 13-7, 3-0 for the Rapids. Drew, your thoughts?
You know, if I got to keep calling these Rapids games, I may need some sort
A doctor in-house.
of weekly checkup with my doctor to ensure that my heart is still good at the end of this, because, my Lord, the first 2 games were comeback victories. This game was a game that seemed they had control of the entire time, but almost let it slip away at the end, but held through. And I know we keep saying this week after week, but finding ways to win is exactly what you need with a team that is as new, is as disjointed, I want to say, because of how short of a time they've been together, and this coaching staff has had time. It really speaks to the grit and determination of every single person on that team to show up, and no matter what the score is, what the referee decisions are, how well you're playing in your first, second, third, or fourth quarter, to come out with a win regardless of any of those metrics.
Perseverance is a big one, and that team showed it today. An outstanding display from this defense, Andrew. Just multiple turnovers and multiple stops. They only gave up 7 points. Just a phenomenal effort all around on this defense. Your defensive player of the game for us is going to be your defensive coordinator, Jordan Patterson. We're going to talk to Coach post-game. Offensively, I'm not sure yet. We'll talk to the coaching staff, and we will talk to some players post-game. But just the perseverance from this team, as you said, to no matter what, claw through and make sure they get a victory. That'll do it for us here on the Strawbro Sports Show YouTube page here on Father's Day weekend. A big happy Father's Day to all of our dads, our stepdads, our father figures. Make sure you shower them with some much love this weekend. Shout out and a big happy Father's Day to our dad and to my stepdad and to my father-in-law Jim too. A big happy Father's Day for Andrew Straub. I am Ken Straub. Cuyahoga Falls Rapids 13-7 over the Cobras. That'll do it for us on the Straub Bros Sports Show YouTube page. We will see you next week.